Hello and welcome to the Mindset 333 podcast. For those who may be new here, 333 is known as an angel number. It represents growth, balance, and alignment in your life. It's often seen as a reminder to trust your intuition, embrace creativity, and move forward confidently on your path. Every human being enters this world with three guaranteed foundations: the mind, the body, and the soul. And here at Mindset 333, that's exactly what we focus on: building the mind, strengthening your body, and protecting your soul so you can grow into the best version of yourself. Let's get into it. Today, I'd like to welcome our guest, Myles Martinez. He is a former Division I and Division II college baseball player. He has played at Ohio Dominican University and Dallas Baptist University. He has recently returned to the United States after spending a year and a half in various professional baseball leagues overseas in Europe, Australia, and Canada. Thank you for being here, Myles.
Yeah, what's up, man? Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, of course. So I guess we'll just start off like, what is your background like, growing up, and how did you get into how this all come about?
It certainly was not in baseball at all. I actually hated the game of baseball. I was a big basketball guy growing up. My dad played basketball. And it was a big part of my life, and then just kind of fell in love with baseball, primarily because of the training aspect of it all. I think you're kind of the same way. You like the training aspect of baseball as well. But yeah, my background is I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I grew up there, and I went to a small inner city school where baseball really wasn't the priority. So fell in love with kind of trying to learn and figure things out on my own, and here we are. Got done playing baseball in Canada this past few months ago, and yeah, now just here at the lake with Mr. Kramer, and just hanging out, man, kicking it. So
Yeah, out here kneeboarding, getting getting cut up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But that's awesome, man. How was your experience when you're playing over in Canada?
It was okay. I struggled a little bit on the mental side of things. I was kind of having that like weird like time in my life where it was like, okay, like, I'm still playing baseball, but like, I need to kind of start thinking about getting a job and all that stuff, like the whole adulting thing. So, personally, like, I had a lot of fun. The guys are great. Shout out to the Welland Jackfish. But just for me personally, like, it was real hard to kind of like just try to balance many things at once. I'm talking to different schools, trying to find a job. Think about what I want to do with my life and whatnot. So, but like overseas was great. I mean, we talked about it a lot as well. Like overseas baseball is a really cool experience. Did it for a year and a half, and I've been to 10 different countries in under a year and a half. So like just being able to, travel around and see different cultures and, get all of it paid for as well. Expenses paid, and
Yeah,
it's a pretty cool experience. So
that's really cool. And we were talking about this the other day. You're pretty much like, you're getting all your trip paid for, and you're getting to go play a game that you love. So
yeah, exactly.
It's a great way to see the world and just continue playing. That's pretty cool.
I didn't say I said I hated baseball, but now I actually do love baseball. So I will correct myself and say I did not like baseball all the way up until high school, and then I really fell in love with it. But I think the training aspect, which I know what you want to talk about a lot, but like the training aspect for me was huge. And being able to like just what this podcast is all about, like just growth. Like I was able to find a lot of that in my training and through the game of baseball, and just maturity as well. So
yeah, and I bet it's probably pretty hard to move away for your first time and be away from family, friends, and it kind of takes getting out of your comfort zone to go and do that.
Yeah.
So what was that like? I mean, I know you met a ton of people.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because like, you have that first step where it's like, you get to high school baseball and it's like, okay, this is completely different than everything, right? And then next thing is like college. You get to college, you move out on your own, you're by yourself, whether you move. I was only 15 minutes away from my house, but I was still away from my parents, off, on campus, whatever. And so that's the next step. And then like when I went to DBU, it was like the same thing. It was like now I'm moving across the country. So it's like, what is that going to be like, and then it was like, now I'm moving halfway across the world. I'm 15 hours away. I can't talk to anybody. So like, like those things like definitely just require a lot of like growth fast because it's like, can't turn around on that, on that airplane. So
Yeah.
you better figure it out. But like we talked about it, like my good friend Austin, who was in Germany, he played there the year before. He's American, and when me and Ethan got there to Germany, like together, he was like fantastic in terms of like helping us like figure out like the way of the land. Like if we didn't have him, it would be a shit show. Part of my language. But yeah, like being able to have someone there to help you out was huge. So like Austin was the guy like telling us how to like get on the trains and like how to use like public transportation and like where the grocery store was and all that stuff. But yeah, it is fun. Like we're doing it here in about a couple of hours. We're gonna go out into New York City and go venture off on our own. Just no plan really.
Yeah. Just get in the car and go to Yankee Stadium, watch the Dodgers.
Yeah. Yeah. But like that's like we talk about it all the time. Like it's a fun thing to do is just like, just get up and go do something. I feel like a lot of people unfortunately like, they have to, like plan out things and, like try to like, get people to watch their dog and all that stuff. Is when you're unemployed like us, you can
You can just go and do that. Yeah.
Go do whatever, go be impulsive and go make a life decision.
But that's what this is all about, is like you got to go and live your life where you are right now. Don't be living tomorrow's life. Don't be living yesterday's life. Like be here now. Like go enjoy yourself. Like go gain experiences, go do things that just make you better and help you grow. So
yeah, I mean, like even all the guys that play overseas baseball, it's funny because it's a really small community of guys. Like the baseball world is small, but then when you go overseas and play and you meet Americans over there, it gets even smaller. So it's like all the guys kind of have like the same personality where it's like, I was working a job and I just hated it and I wanted to quit. So I quit and I'm doing this now. Or, I was in school, didn't really know what I wanted to do. And so I just said, screw it. And like everyone has that kind of like screw it mentality. And yeah, it's I'm not ignorant to the fact that people have jobs and people like should, be working and stuff. I want to be working as well. And I'm going to be working here in about a couple of weeks. But like just to have the ability to like just say, look, like I'm not happy in like what I'm doing. Like I need to go do something else, like I need to find like what I'm passionate about.
Sure.
Is the biggest thing that I preach to people. Whether it be traveling overseas or trying to fight for that job that you want, or that career path that you want. Like it's honestly never too late. I mean, in my opinion, and from what I've talked to guys about and what I've seen. So,
yeah. And I know you're really passionate about strength training. You have, a whole page where you got a lot of good exercises, a lot of good, mechanics and stuff for pitching. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and why you're so? I know you're passionate about it because of baseball, obviously, but do you think maybe like you want to do something with that for a career possibly?
Yeah. So in a couple of weeks I'll be starting off with Wright State University down in Dayton. I'll be their director of pitching development, so I'll be with them. But yeah, like that whole page started off as me just like having a log and a diary for myself to keep myself accountable because I knew I'm kind of lazy by nature. So like if I don't have something to kind of hold myself accountable, then I'll probably not do it. But yeah, I kind of just took off and people started kind of following me and asking me questions. Like I knew what I was talking about at the time. And I've been the guy to try out so much stuff over the years, whether it be in baseball or in training or in life, where it's like, it's been a cool thing to kind of see it grow. And people reach out to me all the time that I don't even know, and they ask me for my opinion on things and whatever. So, yeah, like that's what I want to do for a career path. I think it's a good way to help others. I didn't have a whole lot of help, I guess, growing up and throughout college in terms of coaching. Like, I don't want to sound bad if I say it like that, but I didn't have a whole lot of help. I guess, I always try to figure things out on my own.
Yeah.
So like for me to have an opportunity to like pay it forward and give guys an opportunity to learn, and help teach guys. I think, everyone should be doing a career where, they're at service of helping others. So
yeah,
that's kind of my way to give back.
Oh, for sure. I think that's all great stuff, dude. And the thing that sticks out the most that you just said is serve others and like give back. And I think, at least for me, for like, taking care of my soul, taking care of my faith, is that we're called to serve others. We're called to work and use our talents to help other people. And yeah, I think that's great, dude. I think you've got a lot that you can add to that for coaching, and I think Wright State's like the perfect place for you to start out wherever you may end up. But like those kids, I think will appreciate a lot too, and giving them the insight of playing overseas and seeing all the different places, like going from Division II to Division I, like you worked your ass off to get there, and I think they'll respect that a lot too, and I think they could learn a lot, and I think at the end of the day you'll just have a good time with them too, because like you know what it's about.
Yeah, and like for me, like my biggest thing is, a lot of people, like when they play a sport, a lot of people let the sport use them. And I've had plenty of times in my career where it's happened, even most recently in Canada. Like I was letting the sport like just use and abuse me, to the point where it was like, a mental head case, like I can't even figure it out. But like there's been times in my career, the most happiest I've ever been is when I've used baseball. Like, so I've used baseball to go do different opportunities and go meet people and go do things like that. So like, I think that's the biggest thing is no matter what you want out of your career, like, to take advantage of it and not let it, make you stay up at 4 a.m., contemplating life and crying, like, seriously, how I've been sometimes. So like, it's definitely been a wild ride, but yeah, I think as long as people are able to use whatever they're passionate about, for more life opportunity, then you gotta ride it out until it's done.
Oh, for sure.
Milk
for
it.
Sure. And baseball obviously is a game of failure. What is a way that you would handle failure the best, or did you have any routines or anything that kind of reset your mentality to when you were going to the next game or going to the next at bat, or just a certain kind of tick or something that kind of made you forget about the last thing that happened?
Yeah, well, for me, never had an at bat. I was a pitcher, so.
Well, I meant like when you were.
But
no, you got an at bat. You get an at bat overseas?
I did get an at bat in Australia, and I struck out 1, 2, 3. Go back in the dugout. But but no, for me, like the biggest thing, I know everyone has their different ways of going about it with failure. For me, I rely on people a lot. So like,
just to clarify, I was talking about when you're pitching. When you're pitching, like,
yes, of course, yeah, yeah. When I'm pitching, on times where I would fail, or I'd be really going through it, like in a slump, I guess you could say, like just a ton of bad outings in a row. For me, I was big on like talking to somebody about it. And I think that gets overlooked, and I've overlooked it at times as well. But like for me personally, like it was really good having like my good friend with me in Germany, Carson Johnson in Canada was a huge help for me, as well. One of my teammates, and just, yeah, I think the biggest thing is like you can try to fight the battle on your own, but in terms of like when you're really struggling going through it, like to seek out other people, because I think a lot of our failure in life is the thought process of like, okay, what do other people think about me? Like what are the consequences if I fail, if I don't do this? Like, how are my parents going to feel? How are my teammates going to feel? How are my coaches going to feel? Like, will I have a job after this? Cause it's pro ball, right? So it's like, for me personally, is always like relying on somebody, and just talking to somebody about it and being open about it too. I'm not shy of talking about my failures, cause I've had a ton of them. So.
Yeah, I think, that's what's great about baseball is it teaches you that failure is okay and you learn from it and you adapt and overcome. And talking to people, I totally agree with that. I think whether it's a sport, whether it's life, like figuring out what you're going to do, take those next steps. I think everyone needs, like, if you just hold it in, dude, you're going to explode.
Yeah.
you're going to explode. You're gonna get frustrated, or like you just gotta let it out. You gotta take care of your mental health, and I think that's all great stuff, man.
Yeah, it's been one heck of a ride. I know guys that were in Canada with me, definitely saw it firsthand. But like, yeah, dude, it was crazy. Like even like I had an outing where I just didn't even go out there. I didn't even go out to the outing and perform. Like I took myself out before I even went in. And yeah, dude, like it was like a boiling point where it was like everything in my life I had led up to that moment. In terms of like stress and failure, I just let it all out, and it was sad. But like yeah, that was a calling for me to be like, hey man, like you need to go talk to someone about it. You need to go like seek out others.
Yeah.
So
I came to a point, like one of our last few games for club baseball this year, and I'm usually the type of guy, if I get out, if I strike out, I'm usually kind of, like I'm like, everybody's pissed off, but like I'm not the type of person to like throw my helmet or like get mad. Like I'm just like, it's like, you know what, I'll get him next time. Like, positive self-talk. But dude, I don't know what it was, but I think it was just other things going on in my life, relationships, like, I don't know, whatever it was, or I was just, about to graduate, and I was like, man, I don't know what the next step is. I don't know what's next. I don't know what's next. And I think I was just carrying all that weight onto the field. And that's the worst part, is because the baseball field is your happy place. Like you want to forget about the world when you go there. And I was carrying the weight of the world at the baseball field, and I struck out or something. And dude, I got, no, Siri, there's nothing you can help with. Sorry, the computer is listening.
police state, bro.
But I think I was like 0 for 3. I'd struck out, like it was my third time, and dude, I get back in the dugout, and I tore my helmet like in half, like literally snapped it in half.
Brutal.
I was like, holy shit, am I the Hulk? But yeah, that was bad. That was bad. That's the only time that I can think of like recently where I've crashed out. And yeah, you just gotta like, what I'm trying to say is don't hold it in, because then you're gonna like snap your helmet in half. But exercise, I've talked about this before. Exercise that I like to do is like breathing exercises, like meditation, that kind of stuff. It helps you get rid of the stress, get rid of other things that are going on in your life. Your thoughts are not, like, you are not your thoughts, right? So when your thoughts are passing through, you don't have to engage with every thought. You can let it pass through, observe it, and not interact with it. And I didn't know that when I was like my freshman, sophomore year, when I was at Ashland. I listened to those thoughts. Like I thought they all meant something. And you can't treat every thought like it means something, because you can't stop your thoughts. You're always going to have like negative thoughts. You're always going to have, well, you'll have positive thoughts, but it's a lot easier to have negative thoughts and listen to the negative thinking in your head and just go with that and be a negative person. But you almost have to be like optimistic and turn those negative thoughts into something good. And you kind of let the waves go through like a radio frequency or something like that. Like almost like if you're looking up in the sky and you see clouds going by, like you can just watch. Like that sounds.
No, I'm not.
Like, okay.
Why are you looking at me? I'm listening to you.
But when you like look up in the sky, you see clouds going by. It's like, okay, what you're seeing a cloud, and you're like, oh man, that cloud, what shape is it? And you're getting like frustrated, like, what is that shape? But like, you just let the cloud pass by. Like, you don't have to interact with what shape the cloud is. And that's like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I got
okay.
You.
I sound like a crazy person, but like I'm just trying to help people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, man, like 100%. Like this is a whole rabbit hole that I've gotten into the past couple of years, especially like with a lot of my buddies are in training and in the field. Like the brain is very, very powerful. So it's like in terms of performance, daily life, like whatever it may be, like at DBU they always said that the your final thought gets the advantage, or like your last words, win or whatever in terms of your head. So like, you can constantly berate yourself with like bad thoughts and just negative thoughts, because it will happen. Like, shoot, man, like I'm gonna strike. I'm never gonna get hit ever again. Like that kind of stuff. Or I'm never gonna throw a perfect thing ever again. Like, and it's really important to tell yourself, or to actually like acknowledge that and say like, well, that's BS, right? Like, why am I even thinking that in the first place? Like, dude, there was times in Canada where I was like laying in bed, and it would be 10 o'clock in the morning, just laying in bed, like, whatever. And like, I'd think about playing catch, and my heart would be like trying to jump out of my chest. And it's like, I get so like, just like shaky and stuff. And I've never had that in my whole entire life. And I'd have to like, just get up and say like, hey man, like, go outside, go touch some grass. Like literally like, just go outside and just sit in the sun or whatever. And just like, ignore those thoughts. Like, tell yourself like those are bullshit. Like, like,
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. Cause a lot of people, they get into this snowball effect. Cause I've been there, where it's like one thought after the other. It's like, okay, like, will catch play go good today? Oh my God, like, what happens if I overthrow somebody? Or what happens if I play with a catch with someone new, right? And they don't even know who I am, and I just am spraying the ball everywhere. Like those things all just tumbleweed pretty much into the point where it's like you don't even want to leave the house.
Yeah.
So for me personally, it was a battle these past few months. And I got to the point where I was able to actually go out there and play catch every single day and actually like beat that, which I was really happy about. But yeah, man, it's brutal, dude. Like, fighting yourself is not good. And we talk about it a lot as well, like the day, like trying to funnel your training into what you need psychologically as well, emotionally, intellectually, and being able to tunnel that and use that to your advantage. That way, when you're in a controlled environment and you're training that when you go to the field or you go somewhere else, like, you're not obviously a mental head case.
Yeah.
I hate to say mental head case, but that's really what it is. Or people say mental midget. I was a mental midget for sure, like, these past few months. But again, like, there's always like this fear of like, oh, we don't want to say the yips, for example. Like, don't call it the yips. It's like, well, why not? Like, I have the yips. Like, I'm acknowledging that I have the yips. I'm not fearful of it.
Uh-huh.
If you fear it, then oh yeah, I'm not gonna even acknowledge. I'm not gonna say it. It's like, no, like, I had the yips, like, and I have the yips. So it's like, you gotta attack it head on. Because if you kind of tiptoe around it or tiptoe around your problems, like, that's when it becomes big and it snowballs. Yeah, exactly.
And then it attacks you, and like, if you don't attack it back, like, you gotta face it head on.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, mental head case, dude.
Yeah, bro.
I think that's a good way to put it, and I think I've been there too, like 100%. Yeah, I was not in a good space, dude. I was not in a good space when I stopped playing, like in the NCAA or whatever. And I was, I mean, I didn't want to leave my dorm room, dude. Like, I honestly was mentally just not in a great space at all.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anyone to tell me, because I was really getting into like my faith, and I was like praying hard. I was like, why am I feeling like this? Why do I feel I thought I was great with God. I thought all this stuff. I'm like, why do I still feel like anxious and all this stuff? And I wasn't taking care of my mental health. So that's when I spent the whole summer here meditating, dude. I was just resetting my whole body system, just resetting it all. I meditated that whole summer. I got really good at it. And there, people are like, everyone's big on like, oh, medicate. I don't take any of that stuff. I don't do any of that stuff. I take care of my mental health. I take care of my spiritual health, and I take care of my physical health. And I think I just became so passionate that those are the three things that everyone needs to do. They need to take care of their body, take care of their mind, take care of their soul. And I feel like now I can, I'm not going to say I can do everything, because we're humans. We're limited to a certain ability, but I think, at some point, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. And I think I'm in a good space now, to where I know, if I'm feeling anxious or feeling down, it's like, okay, well, the sun's going to come up tomorrow. I've got, exercises I like to do to kind of take care of my mental clarity, mental health. And that's really why I want to do this is to help people that might not have guidance, might not have someone to talk about this to. Because our whole generation, we're growing up with Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, a whole bunch of mental junk food, dude.
Yeah.
It's all just crap.
Slop.
It's so bad for your head. It's bad for the dumb, dude. It's so bad. So I think that the more positive things that are out there, I think it will be contagious to reshaping how everyone is just so negative and so down and on, whatever, anxiety meds and all that stuff, man. I think being able to just strengthen all three aspects of your life is just, I think it's, I don't know. Can you tell I'm passionate about it?
Yeah. No, I'm extremely passionate about it too. And like the thing, I grew up, obviously I trained whatever throughout high school and college. And then I ended up working down in Fort Worth at TCU with their strength program. And I thought like right away I had like the cheat code. Like, okay, like I know how to train guys now. I know like what it takes to get guys stronger and to do these things. And then when I went off to Germany, the very first start, I was the pitching coach as well in Germany. I don't know if I told you that, but I was a pitching coach as well. And my very first start, it's first week of April. I throw 120 pitches.
Oh my gosh!
I just let myself ride. I was so excited to be out there. I hadn't thrown in like a year and a half. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna let it ride. But since then, like my rotator cuff was like fucking blown. Like it was gone. So actually, I started working with a guy that I know through some people who's really good at injury prevention and rehab.
Yeah.
And like from that point forward, like he totally reshaped how I thought about training as a whole. I think obviously you can take things from everyone that you learn, right, and kind of combine it into one thing. But like the way that he trained and the way that we got my rotator cuff back to where it was, like I'm pretty sure I probably have a torn rotator cuff, but I never missed a start. I never, had any pain going forward, whatever. Like, but his big thing, right, is training 5 aspects. It's pipes. It's physical, intellect, psychological, emotion, and then spirit as well. And I think spirit, obviously all 5 are mean a lot, but for me personally, spirit is huge. And training the spirit and training, actually being able to train the way you think about things and the way that you go about handling adversity, for example, in a weight room setting. Like we did some long duration ISOs, or we did a long duration ISO the other day. Like those are great examples of like putting yourself in a position and holding that position for 3 to 5 minutes and not allowing yourself to like have those thoughts of like, this hurts or like this sucks. But yeah, man, I'm super passionate about it, and I can go on for days about it, and that can be a whole separate podcast in itself. But like for me personally, like being able to train all 5 of those aspects, like when I do that and I take control of my training in that manner, like my performance is really good. And when I get away from that, that's kind of when I've seen things in the past, and even recently kind of, take a step back. Right. So, again, yeah, the brain is like the world's greatest computer, and you can either program it to run well, or you can program it to run like crap. If you're into coding, I know you're into coding.
Not yet.
If you mess up one code, the entire system is going to shut down or screw up. So it's like if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling like a failure, if you're feeling like anything, like there's actually a way you can physically train that out of your system. I'm a firm believer in that. But people might say I'm crazy.
When we were doing the 3-minute ISO holds, by 1 minute 40 seconds, 2 minutes, dude, you're shaking. At least I was shaking. I was shaking
crazy.
bad.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, stay up. And by the time you don't think you can do it, but you have the negative thoughts are attacking you like crazy. You're like, give up, like stop, like your body, like your fight or flight response is kicking in, and you have to force yourself to tell yourself, no, I'm good, I'm okay, I can get through this. You have to force those positive thoughts to just break through the negative thoughts. And we got to 3 minutes, and like I did it the other day actually by myself. I didn't tell you that. I went to the gym and I worked out, and I ended the workout with doing a 3-minute ISO hold, and it was like easier than the first time I did it.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I'm so passionate about it. It's not even funny. People say I'm crazy. I'm so passionate about long duration ISO holds because I think like it is physiologically. No, how do you say that? How do you say the word?
Physically,
Physically, right?
physiologically,
whatever. I'm stupid, but like your body is actually like trying to like save itself. Like that fight or flight does actually kick in, and like your body's trying to find any way to get out of that position. It's very uncomfortable, right? So like they say to microdose, challenging your survival, or like microdose you dying, essentially. Like that's what it is. And if you're able to do that, more and more often, like your body's gonna say like, oh shit, like I'm actually okay. I can hold this position for 4 minutes. I can hold it for 5 minutes. I held a position before for 7 minutes. Like it's
7
insane,
minutes,
dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's insane with the body. I saw a guy on my video do an ISO hold for an hour.
Oh my gosh.
But like
that's just got to be boring at that point.
Yeah, but like I think it's a great place. It's a great way to really test yourself. Like I never done an ISO hold my whole entire life. Our DBU strength coach was great. And he was able to do things like that with us. So like the very first day I was on campus, we did an ISO lunge, and it was last person standing, like pretty much wins. And never done one before my whole entire life, but it was me and a ton of freshmen. And I was like, okay, well, like I have to be the one that I'm a fifth year. I have to be able to be the one to end it. So I think I got like 3 minutes and like 58 seconds or something. Like I've never done one ever my whole entire life. And it was brutal, but it was like I kept telling myself like, no, like you're going to be the last one, like you're going to finish it. And just like that foundation alone like took me through more than I thought I was physically even capable of, So, I mean, even with you, like, when you were frustrated, you broke the helmet. You're like, I never knew I could do that. Like, the body is a lot more capable than you think. And you only are what you allow yourself to be, in my opinion. So, I know I just talked for 20 minutes, but
no, yeah, you are only what you allow yourself to be. So, I have like I've heard that if you set the bar too low and you reach it, then what's next. So it's not that you set the bar too low, but it's that if you set the bar way higher than you think you can, then you'll get past the low bar you set. So I don't know if I said that right, but my professor from my spring semester, he was very passionate about that. He was like, yeah, it's not that we set the bar too low, but it's that we set the bar too low and accomplish it when we're capable of so much more than you even thought you could do. Like when I was at Ashland, we would run a timed mile, and I'm not gonna lie, I've never ran a timed mile before, and we had to run 6 minutes and 20 seconds, and at least for a baseball player, it's pretty fast. It's pretty fast, and I had never done that before, but we did it for mental strength, and I understand why we did it, but I don't think I was really in a good space to accomplish that 6:20. I got 6:30. That was my fastest time. And then after a few days of still running it, our coach, he told us to just run some suicides. All right, these guys are not gonna hit the 6:20. But no, I understand now why he did it, because the whole thing was you are more capable of things that you don't think you can do. It's mental strength. It's overcoming adversity and getting out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah, I ran cross country in high school for 1 year, and that was so brutal. But like literally once that gun goes off to start the race, you're already thinking about, okay, I want to be done. Like I can't wait for the end of the race. But like I think things like that, um, like uh, like doing like long distance running, things like people always say they train hard, and I think it's obviously subjective, right? I think I train hard, right? But like, if you're actually genuinely able to challenge your survival, like when you train, and that sounds dumb, but like if you're actually able to do that every single time, like things in your life will be so easy. Your heart rate, whatever you, no matter what you do, your heart rate will be super low because you've spent the past hour in the weight room, or running on a track, whatever, like killing yourself essentially. So I don't know. I'm a firm believer in the physical side. The physical side of things can cover all of your bases, um, if done correctly. So I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I can't tell you half the things that you can probably find on a CSCS test. But just from my experience itself and from what I've gone through, I've been through everything you can think of as a baseball player in terms of performance, mental, whatever, emotional, like, and the things that have always worked for me and things that I've always fallen back on is my training and being able to be consistent in that, in your habits. God is huge, right? Like your faith. I think if you're able to cover those bases, like it makes life so much easier. And you don't need medication. You don't need to feel like you need to go get that dopamine hit on Instagram or on Snapchat. Like you can sit somewhere with your thoughts and be content. So that's what I think.
I think I agree 100%. It's all good stuff, man. And man, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, man, of course. I appreciate you having me. It's been a fun couple of weeks because I was talking to Ethan about it. I was like, I've known Ryan my entire life, but I was like, we've like been around each other a lot, but I was like, I've never really actually like talked to Ryan.
Yeah. No, when we had the conversation working out, like I was like, dang, dude, we think of pretty much the exact same stuff.
Yeah.
Or very similarly.
Yeah, exactly.
And the body is just, I mean, it's incredible. The mind, the body. Working out, I think, is huge. Like you said, when I find myself not working out, I feel like my mental headspace is just not in a great spot. But after I work out, I get a good lift in or get a run in or something like that, just to get the blood flowing. I feel like I've already accomplished something. I feel like I've bettered myself, and it puts me in a better headspace. And then on top of that, I add on like 5-10 minutes of like breathing exercises. That's like a mental workout. And then I just feel, dude, I feel insane. Like I feel so good. Not insane, but like insanely good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the meditation stuff might not work for everybody, but why I love it is because whenever I feel like I'm done with it, I feel like I just showered my brain. Like I feel like I just cleansed my head. Like when you get out of the shower and you feel clean.
Yes.
Like it's kind of how your head feels. Like you open your eyes, you're not thinking about anything. You're seeing the trees, you're seeing the sky, and it just feels great.
Yeah.
That's why I really like that. But yeah, working out and obviously taking care of your faith. I know I'm really in my faith. You're into your faith, and I think that thing that's a good aspect for the human to have a higher belief and to serve others. That's really why we're here. Is not what can someone do for me, but it's what can I do for someone else, right? So,
yeah. Shout out to my friend Greg. We talk about it a lot. I think obviously, weight training isn't for everyone. Like I think it could be very gym bro of us to be like, oh bro, you gotta go in the weight room, you gotta do this stuff. I think people can see that and get turned off by it. Like, but I think you can find that same pleasure, that same feeling after, when you accomplish something, no different than when you make your bed in the morning, or your environment is clean, your environment's tidy. Like, I think there's a ton of ways to make yourself feel good, and to feel accomplished about things that can carry over into performance or carry over into other aspects of your life. But like, I'm a huge believer in making your bed every morning. I know some people don't do that. and some people aren't a fan of that. But for me, like my bed being made, and like my room being clean, it for me is another aspect of my life that, like, I think, yeah, when you're able to take care of those things, you know, you don't feel like so much clutter or brain fog, or, negative thoughts. Oh, I'm a piece of crap because, I had a bad day. Now I came home and all the dishes are in the sink, are dirty. I got to take an hour and a half to do those now. But yeah, I don't know. I think whether it be training or just other aspects of your life, I think it's really important to really like hone in on them and be a believer in, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So that's just that's what I think. But again, people say I'm crazy, and
No, I
people
think
say we're crazy.
I think that's normal stuff. I just don't think people want to say it because they're afraid of being judged.
Yeah.
And they're like, we all perceive the opinion, or we all listen to the opinions of what people think of us. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You should never compare yourself to someone else, because you should only compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Because I'm only gonna be Ryan. You're only gonna be Myles. So I shouldn't be comparing Ryan to Myles or Myles to Ryan. I'm comparing Ryan to Ryan, because I will always be Ryan. And I think why everyone's got like anxiety, depression, whatever, because of social media. It's like a constant, oh, I'm looking at this person, what they're doing. And we're subconsciously comparing ourselves to other people when in reality, it doesn't matter. Like, none of it matters, dude. So I talked about when I left Ashland and I spent the whole summer here meditating. I deleted Instagram for probably like 2 or 3 weeks, dude, and people were still sending me reels. Like, they had no idea I deleted it. Like, we think that all eyes are on us all the time, but that could be further from the truth. Nobody really cares. Instagram or like TikTok, it's all like people do it for themselves at the end of the day. Like, and I'll admit it too. Like, there's times where I post something because it feels good when someone likes your posts or comments on your posts. But at the end of the day, dude, none of that stuff matters. None of it matters at all. Like, I'm sorry for going off, but like, dude, no, I deleted Instagram, I deleted TikTok, and I re-downloaded it like, 3 weeks later for whatever it was. And I got like a whole ton of, like, nobody even knew I was gone. So it's like, at the end of the day, just do what's good for you. Like, that's the bottom line. Like, do what you got to do to take care of your mental health, and just do what you want to do.
When you die, no one's going to talk about your Instagram page.
No, and,
no one's going to say, oh, dude had a cool Instagram. It's like, no, bro. Like, the people are going to talk about how you impacted them, like what you were like around them, and how you left the world, before you came into it. So,
yeah, it's, the Randy Travis song, it's like, 3 wooden crosses. He says, it's not about what you take, but it's what you leave behind you.
Yeah.
I don't know if those are the right lyrics, but he said something like that.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, we talk about it all the time. Like, yeah, it's really easy to get caught up nowadays, especially as a young person, getting caught up in all the noise.
Yeah.
For sure.
There's a lot of noise going on. And there's always going to be people who are going to try to, drag you down or give their opinion. And, that's good. That's great. I think everyone should share their opinion, but that doesn't mean every opinion is worth listening to.
Yeah, should sit with you. Yeah.
And making your bed, I think, is huge. I started making my bed, and you know why it's great is because as soon as you wake up in the morning, you already accomplished something. And I know there's a book, it's called Make Your Bed. I read it. It's written by a former Navy SEAL. I forget his name, but you know who I'm talking about, right? He did the graduation speech.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen that one.
I think that's a great book. It's a really short read, and it just talks about, how making your bed kind of carries over into every aspect of your life. Similar to, doing the dishes, having a clean space to live in. It's if you've got a messy space that you're living in, you're gonna have a messy head. You're gonna not feel sorted out. If you've got a clean space that you're living in, you're gonna have a clean head, clean train of thought. At least that's what I think.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people that do not live in good places, in messy places, and they're not very clear in their own thoughts either. So I'm a firm believer in it. I've been there too. I've been in pretty messy environments as well. And yeah, I feel like we can go going insane whenever I'm there. But yeah, no, man, it's all interconnected. And I think yeah, again, like it's the corny, like, 50-year-old coach that screams at you in high school, hey, the way you do everything is the way you do anything or whatever. But it's like,
true.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's a cliche for a reason, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
and you don't realize it at the time, but now you're like, oh, 22, 25 years old, you're like, oh man, dude, he was right.
Yeah. Yeah. But
yeah.
No, man, I appreciate you having me on, man. It was a cool time. My first time ever doing a podcast with headphones and a microphone. This is sick.
I know, isn't it?
So
sweet?
now I'm getting podcast fever.
Well, if you want to come on again,
of course,
we could talk about something else.
Yeah, let's go.
But anyways, yeah, dude, thanks for coming, and I appreciate it. So let's head out to New York.
Oh hell yeah, let's go.
And just to send everyone off, never forget that the most powerful thing you can control in this life is your mindset. So stay optimistic, build your mind, strengthen your body, and protect your soul. Good luck on your journey and live with a 333 state of mind. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again on the next one.